Sawadika, everyone.
สวัสดีค่ะ I think we can
สวัส
start
ดีครับ
now.
ท่านอาจารย์
Yes,
สวัสดีครับ
yes. And I'd like to, Ramesh, would you like to start because you were in the earlier discussion, but no chance to ask any basic question. Would you like to ask anything before we start?
Right, sir, right now, right.
Hi, Ramesh. Good to see you.
Hi,
Yes,
hi, Sarah. Right now, I'm not getting any questions. In between, if I get, I'll ask you, Sarah.
yes. And even if it's very basic question or just about now or the world or seeing, it doesn't matter how basic or anything that anyone discusses that's not clear, just put up your hand or get our attention, and so you can ask your topic.
Yes,
Anyway,
yes,
good.
Sarah.
Glad that you can join, Ramesh. Yeah,
Thank you,
good.
Sarah.
And does anyone else have anything? Sally, do you have anything you would like to bring up for a change?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Sarah, and everyone. Yes, in review, the previous clip, there's one point that I want to get some clarification. The manasikara, the kriya manasikara and vipaka manasikara. I'm not quite clear. There was a discussion about the cat and the snack, and it was mentioned that before seeing whether it has manasikara or not, yes, and the answer that we get is there is manasikara, but it was kriya manasikara. And I was, in the impression, not clearly understand between the vipaka manasikara and kriya manasikara. So yes.
Okay, a very good topic. So first of all, what do you understand manasikara to be, Sally? Just for the benefit of everyone else here, what is manasikara?
Yeah, manasikara is the attention to the object, Sarah.
And is it Chaitasika, Rupa, or what?
Chittasika.
It's
And
a Chaitasika.
Yeah, it
Yes.
happens with every chitta. Yeah.
It arises with every chitta. So it arises with every chitta means it must arise with kusala chittas, akusala chittas, vipaka chittas, kiriya chittas.
Yes.
Because we have discussed that all kusala have to be one of these four kinds of, all chittas have to be one of these four kinds of chittas. Kusala, akusala, wholesome, unwholesome, vipaka, result, or kiriya. Kiriya chittas are the chittas which are not wholesome, which are not kusala, akusala, or vipaka. So they are sometimes translated as inoperative. They're not cause and they're not result. We're not talking now about the arahat. We're talking about, for us in daily life, there are different kiriya chittas arising and falling away now. As you mentioned, the very first chitta in the idol process, the chitta that arises before seeing, is a kiriya chitta, the chitta that adverts to the visible object. It's not wholesome, it's not unwholesome, it's not vipaka, it's a kiriya chitta, and it has to arise in between the bhavanga chittas, the result chittas, and the vipaka chitta, which is seeing at that moment. So it's a kiriya chitta. And the first chitta in the mind door process, also the first chitta before the other mind door chittas arise, is also a kiriya chitta, the mind door adverting chitta, the chitta that adverts to the object to be experienced in the mind door. And this is the same kind of chitta that also arises in the sense door processes before the kusala or akusala citas, the Votapana citta. So manasikara arises with all of these different kinds of cittas. Sometimes we talk about people or friends often ask about the wise and unwise manasikara, the yoniso and ayoniso manasikara. Now we all understand that when kusala cittas arise, they are accompanied by
Yoniso.
wise attention. And when unwholesome cittas arise, they're accompanied by unwise attention. This is manasikara with kusala and akusala cittas. What we discussed the other day, actually, I think someone was asking about yoniso and ayoniso manasikara, but I misunderstood because she asked about 3 kinds of manasikara. In the text, we read in the commentaries about 3 kinds of manasikara. One is the cetasika that arises with every citta, and it's called the aramana. Aramana refers to object. Aramana patipadaka manasikara. It's the manasikara which is the foot or the foundation for the citta and the other cetasikas to experience the object. Sometimes it's referred to as the foot of the world. Padaka means belonging to the foot or support. So this is referring to manasikara that arises at every moment with every citta experiencing the object. The next one refers to the first citta in the sense door process I mentioned. And this is the manasikara that accompanies that kiriya citta. And it's called the viti padika manasikara. The viti refers to the process of cittas. So it's like the foot of the process of cittas. So it's the manasikara accompanying the first citta in the sense door processes. That is the foot of the series of cittas that follow experiencing the sense object. And the third one refers to the manasikara that arises with the citta preceding the javana cittas, the kusala or akusala cittas. So this is the one I mentioned, accompanying the mind door adverting citta, manodwara vajana citta, and the Votapana citta, which arises before the following kusala or akusala cittas. And this one is called Javana Patipadaka Manasikara. It's the Manasikara accompanying that citta, which is the foot or the basis for the kusala or akusala cittas that follow. That's all. But in each case, it's referring to manasikara, the cetasika that attends to the object. And it's right now. Any kind of manasikara is right now, at moment of seeing, attending to visible object. Before seeing, there must be the citta that experiences the visible object, that adverts to the visible object, and it has to be accompanied by manasikara. Before the kusala or akusala cittas, manasikara has to advert to that object, which will be the object of kusala or akusala cittas. And when the kusala and akusala cittas are each details what to attend, but without the attending to the right object, understanding cannot arise, but no one that attends. So wise attention can be right now, unwise attention can be right now. Does that help, Sally?
Yes, it is helpful, Sarah. But by the way, we understand that even during the deep sleep, there is also manasikara, isn't it?
Exactly.
So in
Accompanying
that
the
case,
vipaka chitas, yes.
yeah, in that case, is it vipaka manasikara or kiriya manasikara?
Vipaka manis. Bhavanga chitas, are Bhavanga chitas kusala, akusala, vipaka, or kiriya chitas?
Vipaka.
Vipaka.
Yes.
So the chitas are vipaka. That means all the cetasikas that arise with that chitta are also vipaka. Seeing is vipaka. So the cetasikas arising with seeing are vipaka cetasikas. Bhavanga chitas are vipaka. So all the cetasikas arising with Bhavanga chitas are vipaka. And still Manisakara attends to the object. No one at all. Even when the Bhavanga chitas, like I think we discussed in the woeful plane or animal realm, for example, the Bhavanga chitas are rootless. Even so, Manasikara is there attending to the object because, as you pointed out, it arises with every single chitta in life. Moments of enlightenment, Manasikara attends to the object, Nibbana, at every moment in life. Chuti Chitta Manasikara attends to the object, exactly the same object as that of the Bhavanga Chittas in that life.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Thanks, Sally. Perhaps Sajan would like to add more or discuss any points further.
Is there manasikara now?
Yes, Ajahn, there is.
What kind?
Vipaka.
Arises with.
Kiriya manasikara.
What do you mean?
The kiriya manasikara before hearing, there is some manasikara.
And what about the arahata citta?
Arahata citta. I think it's also kiriya manasikara.
That's it. That's right.
Yeah.
Understanding the truth firmer and firmer. Manasikara attends to the object of whatever citta is there experienced. So it arises with each citta.
Yes.
And what is aramana, patipataka, manasikara?
That's what I don't know, Ajahn.
Three kinds of manasikara. Because when we talk in general, manasikara is just like attention.
Yes.
It's not precise enough to understand the reality which performs the function of attending to the object.
Mm-hmm.
Even moment of seeing or any moment of experiencing an object, manasikara is there. It's the reality which attend to the object.
Mm-hmm.
And citta is the chief of experiences it.
Yes.
That's why each citta, each cittasika arising, it has its own characteristic of its own nature and its function.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the viti patipataka manasikara?
I don't know that.
Actually, you do know, Sally, the first one Ajahn mentioned, the Aramana Patipadaka. Which chitta experiences an object in Aramana?
Manasikara.
Which chitta experiences an object in life? Which chitta experiences Aramana?
Which
Does seeing experience an object?
Yes.
An Aramana? Yes. Is there any chitta in life that doesn't experience an object?
No.
No. So every chitta experiences an object. So the first one, Aramana Patipadaka, is the one I mentioned, which refers to the manasikara accompanying every citta in life, because every citta experiences aramana.
Yes.
That's the first one. And the second one, which Ajahn just asked about, viti. Viti refers to the process of the idle process or the ear door process, the process of cittas. Each process of cittas is a viti. So viti padipadika is the one you actually mentioned before. The kiriya citta arises before seeing consciousness, and the manasikara accompanies that kiriya citta. This is the viti padika manasikara.
Okay.
Sorry, please continue, Ajahn.
So, is Vithi Patipataka Manasikara the same chitta or the same reality as the Chavana Patipataka Manasikara?
It must be different.
Not the same.
Yes, not the same.
So, what is Vithi Patipataka Manasikara? What reality?
It's the process. The process after the first one, for example, is seeing. After seeing, it send the objects of the seeing to the next one. I'm not really.
So, it's not to be remembered, but to understand the difference between chitta, the process of chitta, and the chitta which does not experience any object through the sense door and the fight and the mind door. See, that's why we learn to understand what chitta is not viti chitta. And what is meant by viti chitta. So we understand what chitta is not viti chitta and why not. In
You
order
asked
to
about Bhavanga Chittas, Sali. Are Bhavanga Chittas Viti Chittas?
No, I think it's Bhavanga Citta is not Viti Citta.
Why not?
Bhavanga Citta is a kind of Citta is the level of Citta, right? And the Viti Citta is the process that the Citta work or functions.
The Bhavanga Chittas are the process-freed Chittas. They don't experience an object through a sense door or mind doorway. So they're process-free. They're not Viti Chittas. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
What about seeing or hearing? Are they Viti Chittas?
No, it's a kind of Citta. It's not Viti Citta. Oh, Viti Citta.
Yes. Okay. Carry on, Ajahn.
And why Bhavanga chitta is not viti chitta?
It is the outside one, right? Yeah.
What do you mean by outside?
There is chitta. I think it's how to explain. It's very difficult. Because this is not the in the Panchatvara Viti Chitta. It is the outside one.
So we are studying this moment, right?
Yes.
To understand what is there as not self at all. Does
Yeah.
Bhavanga Citta experience any object?
No, Pavanka Citta is not experiencing any object. The function is just the life continuum.
But you told me before, Sally, that every citta experiences an object. Is that right? Did you say that?
Oh yes, yes, that's correct.
So you said
yeah.
before you said every citta experiences an object, but now you say Bhavanga cittas don't experience an object.
Okay.
Which is correct.
So even Pavanka Citta also experience the object, but we don't know. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Exactly.
why,
Yes.
yeah. That's why it's a non-self. It's anatta.
Right. It has to experience an object. Every citta has to experience an aramana, an object. Cannot arise without experiencing an object, even if the object is unknown.
Unknown. Yeah.
So even the cittas, which are not biti cittas, like the Bhavanga cittas, still experience an aramana.
Oh, yeah.
The same aramana as the birth consciousness, the patisandhi citta, and the death consciousness, the last citta in this lifetime, the chuti citta. Same unknown object.
Yes.
Carry on.
Can the object be unknown?
Can the object be unknown? I'm not quite sure, Jan.
That's why. That's why it's not just the word, but it's the reality. So understand what it's meant by reality. What is real cannot be changed at all, no matter what we are talking about. Different kind of citta and on and on, just to be understood as it's now, not anyone at all, not anything at all. It's quite very, very deep because no idea about it's not me, it's not anything. So what is it? That's why we learn to understand the truth, the ultimate truth of whatever appears as not it is. So we learn to understand what is the absolute truth of what appears or what is there as it is. Can citta arise without experience and object?
No.
Bhavanga citta, does it experience the object?
It experience. Yes. Even Pavanka Citta also experience the object.
So what is the object of Bhavanga citta? To be true to the truth in life, any moment, can it be known? There is Bhavanga citta now. There is but Sampatitana and other citta not known because they do not appear. Right?
Yes.
As it is. They are there, but they do not appear as they are at all. For example, there are cittas before seeing, and there are cittas after seeing, but those citta do not show up to be known.
So
That's
back to
why.
your question, it means that the object can be unknown.
Yes.
Why?
Can be known or unknown, but still the citta has to experience an object. So it can be the unknown object. Yes. Most of the time, it's the unknown object.
Yeah.
And when Bhavanga Chitas arise, always unknown object.
Very deep.
And why can it not be known?
One. It's no
The
panya.
object of the Bhavanga Chitas. Why can't the object of the Bhavanga Chitas be known? Even if Panya arises, why can't it know the object of the Bhavanga Chitas?
I think it's the function of the Bhavanga Chitta is not fall to detach or knowing the object.
Can the object of the Bhavanga Chitas appear through the eye door,
No,
ear door,
no,
nose, tongue, body door,
no.
mind door?
Mind door,
Can the object of the Bhavanga Chitas appear through the mind door?
no.
No. Why not?
Because it's not appear. I'm not sure, Sarah.
Do the Bhavanga Chitas arise in the mind door, in the mind door process?
No.
So if they don't arise in the mind door process, if they're not witty Chitas, can the object be experienced in the mind door process?
No.
No. So it's experienced outside the processes of Chitas. So it doesn't appear, it can't be known.
Outside the teaching, then okay.
But I think even though even we say that the object of Bhavanka doesn't appear, but even the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, the object is unknown as well, because it doesn't appear. What appears is nimitta and all. So we can say also that not only
It can still be understood. It can still appear by way of nimitta. Seeing can still appear in a mind or process.
yeah.
By nimitta. It's still the reality of seeing can appear, but the object of Bhavanga Chitas cannot appear in the mind or process.
Yeah, but
because they're only experienced by the Chitas, which are not witty teachers, witty Chitas.
Yes, yes, because it does not appear experience any object of this world, so it does not appear. But even then, I think that even to the sense, seeing, hearing, smelling, the object does not is so fast. Is I think it's unknown as well. I mean, the object.
What is the object of seeing?
I mean, visible object, right?
Visible object, and what is the object of the first mind door process that follows the eye door process?
Visible object as well.
Yes, it appears through the mind door. Yes.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that, like, when we say that visible object actually is just already the nimitta of the visible objects and things and all. So I mean, each Dhamma cannot be known. So actually, that's what I meant. Yeah.
They can be known by understanding that has been developed. Lots of friends have their hands up, and I'm not sure if Ajana's finished yet.
Okay.
Ajana, any more questions you'd like to ask me first? And then after Sally, it's Robert, and then Liang. But
So, what is the differences between the Viti Chitta and the Chitta which is not Viti Chitta?
Viti Chitta.
I think this is for Sally, Haji. Let's let Sally continue.
No, help me, Haji. I cannot answer that question.
Haji can answer then.
Yeah, Viti Chitta experience the object in this world, right? Like, Bhavanga Chitta doesn't experience the object of this world, but it's experience an unknown object, same as Patisanti Chitta and Chuti Chitta are the same kind. But it's not Viti Chitta because it does not uh, experience the object of this world. Yes, Tanajan.
That's why we have to begin again and again and again to understand deeper of just one reality or one word of
Yeah.
truth. Otherwise, they are mixed up by the word. But when there is the understanding about what is the object of the Patisantacitta, the moment of birth, the first citta in this life. See, how come does it experience the object, the Patisantacitta? In order to understand from the very beginning. Otherwise, it's just remembering the word, the term, and so on. But there must be Patisantacitta, the first moment of this life. Is it Kusala Citta, the first moment?
Sally, you can answer this also.
I think it depends on the bus. If the bus of the human or deva should be kusala chitta. If the bus in the animal realm, it should be kusala chitta.
That's why we have to begin again. Just what is Citta? In order just to understand deeper and deeper, that is so very subtle. It's there all the time, each moment. It's unknown and unthought about. No one think about it at all. But it's there. We just talk about many things in life. But what about the very, very important, the source of the world? Without it, there can never be the world or anything if appearing at all. So there must be a reality. It's not soft or hard or sweet or bitter, but it arises to experience, different from that which cannot experience, like the tree, the flower, the hardness, the glass. See, different kinds of realities. Both are real, but they are different. So we are now talking about the truth of what is there in life, unknown, until the enlightened one just help the other share his understanding with the other to understand the ultimate truth. So true, nobody can change. And that is the word Dhamma, the reality. It's real, it has its own characteristic to be known, that it cannot be anything else. The reality which arises and experiences the object are there now. See, learn to understand little by little about life and what is there as Dhamma and Anatta. Is it difficult? If it's subtle, even the first moment in life, see, who knows? Just one moment, conditioned to arise and falls away instantly, never to arise again. In samsara, no one, not Sally, not Suji, not anyone at all. Just the way it is. There must be realities, conditions to arise and fall away. Different conditions, different realities. So we learn about what are they in life. which are real, not anyone at all, not anything at all, but it's real by its nature, which can be known right now. For example, seeing and that which is seen. See, it's there, but it's not known as it is. No attention to understand the truth of either the one which experiences or the other one which is experienced. So learn little by little to understand each moment in life, beginning from the moment of birth. There must be the reality which experience the object, otherwise it's not life at all. Is it true?
Yes, so true, Ajahn. Yes.
So, and that is Dhamma. See, because it cannot be anyone, cannot be dog or cat or anything, or it cannot be thinking, it cannot be liking. It is just the reality which is conditioned to arise to experience an object, even the first moment. In life, life is the moment of experiences an object. So it begins from the first moment in life, the reality which arises and experiences the object. Does anyone know what is the object of the first moment in life? See, without
Sorry, Ajahn. Can
okay,
I
please.
try to answer this question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I think the object of the first moment in life is the object of the chitta happen before death. The one happen before death. Like what we say, like Sri Nimitta, Kam Nimitte, Nimit, and Kati Nimitta. One of them. And that the object of the chitta that arise before death, because sometimes is the that be the most sure one is the asan Me'arana Chivan Me'arana Chiavane. Yeah, because sorry, because from my answer, if that person the last chitta is Tatia or Chivan, okay, we can say that the object of the one before death. But in the case of the our Buddha, the chitta before death is Pavanga. That's why it's not. My answer is not right. So the object of the birth of the first chitta of in this life is the object of the we call, sorry, in Pali we call Me'arana Sanajawan, is one of the Sri Nimitta. Thank you, Ajahn. Let's see.
Understanding begin. It's the first moment in life. Without that which arises and experiences the object, can there be any life? So life is a moment of experiencing an object. The reality.
Liang, I don't think Ajahn was asking what the object is and about the last Javana cheetahs and the details. She was just asking what the first moment of life is. That's all.
Like the Pavanga, like a type of Yeah, a type of vipaka chitta.
Yes, just the first chitta, the patisandhi, the very first chitta in life.
Oh, sorry, I think maybe
Vipaka
Achan
chitta,
wanted,
yeah.
Achan asked about the object of the Thank you.
ท่านอาจารย์ go ahead please.
This moment is not known, right? The same as other moment. So we can talk about what Buddha said because he had enlightened the truth, the ultimate truth. That's why he shared his understanding to those who are interested to have understanding of what is there in life, what is life, what's going on in life, and why it has to be as it is, and so on. So begin to consider the truth. This moment is not known, it's not understood as it is, but learn to understand what is there little by little. There must be moment before now, and there must be moment before previous moment. So we talk about the first moment of this life because it's the beginning of life. So the first moment in life, what life is, the moment of experiencing an object. Consider it. Is it true? The moment of the object appears, but no understanding at all. What is it? Whether it's experienced by what? No idea at all. So learn to understand life because now the moment of seeing is the moment in life. It's a moment in life. Life is the reality which experiences the object. There must be the beginning of this life. So we talk about the first moment in life. It has to be, it must be a reality which experiences conditioned to arise as birth consciousness, the first moment of life. So whatever is there, experience an object, life, there must be the object which is experienced. Learn to be understanding person with very, very careful considering to begin to understand little by little, firmer and firmer about the truth of what is Dhamma, that which cannot be changed. It's not just to believe, but to study, to consider. So very carefully, there must be the first moment of life. And the first moment is the moment of experiencing an object. But both are not known. Who knows? It seems that there's nothing like moment of falling in fast asleep, being fast asleep, deep sleep. No one there at all, not me or anything, not my house, my friend, my property, or anything at all. And then wake up, what is it? Experience what is there, heard, or smelled, or touched, or seen. The first moment, after the long moment of arising and falling away, experience the unknown object, and even that moment of experiencing is not known at all. Is it true? Each life, no matter what life, in this world and the other world, a little difference by conditions. So learn to understand the truth little by little, because ignorance of what is there had been accumulated enormously. Even right now, just wake up. I slept and now waking up. See, no understanding of the truth at all. That's why just the word of the reality which experiences the object is there right now unknown. That's why learn to understand a little more again and again and again. It's considered to be real, but its nature is not yet realized as it is. But we can say it cannot be anything or anyone because it's conditioned to arise and fall away instantly. Okay, little by little. The first moment is so very quickly arising and falling away, each moment exactly the same. The reality which arises and experiences arises and falls away in split second, instantly. Exactly the same, no matter when and where. And that is the ultimate truth. Never be changed at all. And it's right now unknown. So we learn little by little about that which experiences the object right now. No shape, no form, no smell, just a reality so real, experiences an object by conditions, depending on condition too. It cannot arise without its proper conditions at all, each moment. And that is Dhamma. All Dhammas are anatta. Until understanding develop on and on and on, learning on to be the first round of the Four Noble Truth. Just the first round has to be so wise, so keen, so sharp, so deep, so subtle too. Otherwise, there can never be the second round and the third round at all. So now, to be true to the truth is that reality which arises and experience is known. But we can talk about it because it's so true. It's real. It's moment of experiencing an object, but it's not that which is experienced through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, five doorways, and the mind door. And what is meant by mind door? It does not see, hear, but it experiences the same object instantly after the object which experiences five objects through the five doorways falling away, one process at a time. So learn little by little to have moment of wearing away wrong understanding, ignorance, and attachment. So very, 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 very subtle. So very little. But the more we talk about it, it conditions the more considering, attending, a little more wiser and clearer, little by little. So now we're talking about the reality which experiences the object at moment of birth, the beginning of life. And the Pali term, we can learn about the Pali term, one word at a time, when there is the understanding of the reality which we have talked about, not just the word first and then explain about it, but the reality, no matter in what language, and then come back to the Pali term, what word Buddha said about what reality by different meanings, little by little, little by little. But no matter what we read or heard, it should be a moment of beginning to understand. And without careful considering, it's just the word remember. For example, this moment, no word, it's there. How much understanding of the truth that has been heard about it? Or just exactly the same, but it develops so very little by little. Each moment of understanding. Is it true? So we can talk about any reality again and again and again to not forget about what is there right now as we have heard and studied. So there must be one moment of experiencing an object. And we know by the object which is experienced what are we. For example, sound is heard. It cannot be seen. So there must be conditions for sound to appear without the hearing. That particular sound cannot be heard. And there must be the ear base or the ear sense, which is not the hearing, but it's there in the body. We know when we say ear, the ear, my ear, see, but it's not the whole ear, but it just a dot or very, very tiny rupa. In Akalapa, see, we learn little by little to have the understanding of the truth, and right understanding works its way. When there is understanding, it gradually letting go of clinging with ignorance, taking what is there as something as we thought. So we have lived in the world of Atta for how long? To be the world of Anatta, all of them in life, or Dhammas are Anatta. So no matter we talk about the first moment in life, or the Bhavanka, or the Vithichitta, there has to be understanding a little more precise about the differences between Bhavanka and Vithichitta. Not just the word, but before experiencing what is there as visible object or sound or whatever through the five doorways and the minder, the sixth of the doorway. What is there? Each moment is different by conditions. And what has arisen and fallen away, never to arise again, not only in this life, but in samsara. Little by little, right understanding develop to understand the truth of what is there, which used to be permanent, to be impermanent. It's the only way to wear away ignorance and attachment little by little. That's why we talk about again Patisanti Citta, Viti Citta.
Robert, do you want to bring up your
Yeah,
topic
sure. Thank you,
now?
Sarah.
Jan, Robert's been waiting for a while. Topic, go ahead.
Yeah. So I just put into chat something I was thinking of back at the beginning of the session. The Kuriya Chitta came up in the processes, and I just thought I'd bring up this one that used to puzzle me back in the day. Before Bhikkhu Bodhi's translation of the Abhidhamma Sangaha came out, there was one by a Sri Lankan bhikkhu, Narada bhikkhu, who he was very famous in Sri Lanka as a great scholar and so on. And I read this sentence by him, we're talking almost 40 years ago, and it says, talking about the Votapana Chitta, and he says, discrimination is exercised at this stage. Free will plays its part here. Immediately after there arises the psychologically most important stage, impulsion or jhana. So he'd taken the idea of Votapana, which you can translate as determining consciousness, and decided that we can fit in free will here. We can somehow exercise our apparent freedom to go with kusala or akusala or whatever. And I just wanted to point that out as an extreme example of misunderstanding Abhidhamma. Anyway, I just thought it's worth adding that. Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, Robert, I think it's a very common wrong understanding, very common idea that Votapana means determining, and there's somehow it can decide whether kusala or akusala chitas follow. And as you say, it even mentions the word free will, no understanding at all that it's just another Kiriya Chitta, the same kind of chitta as a
Right.
Manodvaravajana chitta, and it just has to arise as a buffer between the Vipaka chittas, the Sampaticca, Santirana chitta, the Vipaka chittas that following the seeing, hearing, and so on, and the kusala or akusala chittas that follow, because they cannot immediately follow the Vipaka chittas. There has to be the buffer chitta or the gateway chitta.
Right.
And this is just one Kiriya chitta that's just a gateway chitta. It doesn't actually determine or decide or have free will, anything. So it is complete misunderstanding, because what determines the kusala or akusala, as we know, is the habit, the accumulation. For the arahat, no kusala or akusala chittas follow, only Kiriya chittas. For those who have never developed any understanding doesn't follow. For those who have strong accumulations of ignorance and attachment, all of us.
Right.
Conditions for ignorance and
amazing.
attachment to arise, yes, but we cannot say the Votapana, one Kiriya Chitta, has this role. But even that Kiriya Chitta is accompanied by Manasikara, tending to the object, the visible object, or the sound, the same object experienced by the other chittas. But it's a good point just to, so whatever we read has to be considered very carefully.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Abhidhamma scholar. You know, you'd think that is the opposite of almost of Abhidhamma, but somehow because of, I assume, what he'd read elsewhere and what he'd accumulated about the idea that there must be free will, played its role in distorting the text in such a extreme manner. Very
and I think
worrying.
it's the same bhikkhu that has translated the Patana and many.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a different one.
Oh, very no. That Narada Narada Mahapatana.
No, another Narada.
He is from Burma, utterly different, and he is no free will comes up in any of his writing.
No, that's what I thought. So another one, but anyway, still Pali scholar, as you say, but that's why the words in the book is not the understanding.
Yes.
Go ahead, Liang.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Sarah, talking about Manasikara. Yeah, because our topic today. Yeah. One condition of seeing to arise is Manasikara. Yeah, I believe that refer to Vithi Padepatika Manasikara, yeah?
Oh, it refers to the Aramana Patipadaka Manasikara, the Manasikara that arises with every chitta. The Viti Patipadaka Manasikara is just referring to the chitta before seeing, the adverting, the Panchadwara Vajana chitta, and the Manodwara Vajana chitta.
Yeah, because sometimes make me confused.
Sorry, just only referring to the Panchadwara Vajana chitta, not the Javana Patipadaka refers to the Manasikara, Manodwara Vajana chitta. Yes. So it only refers to the Manasikara with the one chitta, the Panchadwara Vajana chitta, the adverting chitta before the idle process.
Yeah. Can I clarify again? Because it's a bit mixing. The one of condition for seeing to arise is Manasikara, and that Manasikara refer to Panchatvara Ravachana, yeah? The first chitta of the viti.
When we talk about the manasikara, that's a condition for the seeing consciousness. It's a manasikara that arises with the seeing consciousness. The aramana patipadaka manasikara. But the chitta that arises before seeing consciousness, the panchadwara vajana chitta, is a conditioned by anantara pachya for the chitta that follows it. So different conditions, yes.
Because so far, I understood that that the attention, must be manasikara, chittasikara, and
with
later on,
chitta.
sometimes make me confused. Yeah, maybe, but yes. But the one before it also is
Condition for that chitta, for the Panchadwara Vajana chitta, for that chitta to arise.
Yeah. But it's different condition. Yeah.
It's all referring to manasikara, the chaitasika that arises with each chitta by sahajata pachya in each occasion, in each occurrence, just referring to the manasikara arising with the chitta. By sahajata pachya.
Yeah.
And I have a question for you, Liang.
Thank you.
Now the Bhavanga chittas arising and they experience an object. Does it matter what the object is? The unknown object, does it matter?
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. So no point trying to work out what the object may be at all. And if death comes now, can it be any object now? Can it be a visible object or seeing or goodness or badness? Can it be any object? Because after the idol process, death can come instantly.
Yeah.
So it can be any object. And we have no idea what the object is. We know that the Bhavanga chittas in this life are kusala vipaka, that's all. So it's a desirable object that's experienced. That's all that is known.
Yeah, because sometimes because the one before seeing also by Anantara Pachai. Yeah, that's why sometimes make me like mix up.
Each chitta conditions and each chitta for other people, each chitta conditions the next one that succeeds it by this condition. Anantara and Samanantara has to be after Panchadwara Vajana chitta, it has to be seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, or touching that follows, depending on what object has impinged on what sense space. So the Viti chittas have to follow in particular order. And this is by Anantara and Samanantara Pachya.
Yeah. And Sarah, one more thing that we discussed so far. Yeah, talking about VT Chitta and Bhavanga. Yeah, the difference. Yeah, like Sally answer. Yeah, it that because the difference is because one experience the object of this world, like VT Chitta. Yeah,
through a doorway. Yes.
Yeah. And the process-free chitta experience the unknown objects.
Yes. And it's unknown because it's not experienced through any doorway. So if the object is not experienced through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body sense, or the mind door, it can't be known.
Yeah.
So the Bhavanga chittas experience the unknown object that can't be known. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I would like to clarify, because from the original name, it refers to the doorways that it depends in happening, like VT Chitta have to depends on any one of the 6 doorway to arrive. Yeah, and process free doesn't need to
Are
be.
the citas that
doesn't need to
experience an
depend.
object through a doorway? Yes.
Yeah.
If seeing didn't experience visible object through the eye door, the object couldn't be known, but it experiences the object through the eye door. That's why it can be known. If thinking didn't experience an object through the mind door, the object couldn't be known, but thinking experiences an object through the mind door. That's why it can be known what the object is.
Yeah.
But the Bhavanga citas don't experience an object through any doorway.
Yeah. That's why the doorway is also the main reason to the difference between those two, like process or process free.
Yes.
Yeah.
So of this world means the object experienced through a doorway. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Here and now. It's good that you clarify for yes.
1 minute, Sarah. So we can say that the object of Bawang is unknown and not appear, but the object through Chakku Vijnana and other 5 senses means, eyes, ears, nose, so on. It's known, but it's not appear, because like one visible object cannot appear, but it's a known object but not appearing object.
It's experienced. We can say the visible object appears to seeing, but it's not, doesn't appear to understanding. But at the moment of seeing, it is visible object that appears, that is seen, that is experienced, but usually not known at all.
So
but it can be known.
So Pavanga Chitta, the Aramana is unknown, but the visible object through eye consciousness is also known but not appear. Or no.
I would say it's experienced.
Yes.
It's experienced by seeing, and it can be known.
Yes.
It can be known by understanding, because it appears through a doorway.
Yeah.
Well, all objects are experienced, obviously, by definition, but that of the Bhavanga Citta cannot be known.
Yes. But why I'm asking, because like when we say that what visible object, what we are seeing right now, it's immediately is because the visible object arrives so fast, and there's so many visible seeing that what appear is already nimitta and so on. So visible object, a single wouldn't.
It doesn't matter at all, Haji, because even though visible object appears by way of nimitta, it's still the exact visible object. It's still the replica of visible object, the characteristic of visible object that knowns, even when it's very understanding, even when it's the vipassana jnana, even when it's the direct, clear understanding of the rising and falling away of visible objects, so precise. Here, it's by way of nimitta. So because it's by way of nimitta doesn't mean it's less clear or it's less real in any way. It's still the reality that appears, the characteristic of reality that appears just as it is by nimitta. That's all. Even for the enlightened ones, seeing is known by nimitta, but it's still the reality of seeing, the characteristic of seeing, which appears and is known.
And the speed of its arising and falling away is not the reason it's not known, because when awareness and understanding has the visible object as its object, it's multiple instances of the visible object that are experienced. So the fact that it arises and falls away very rapidly isn't really a factor in it not being known.
Okay. Yeah.
So Jonathan, what you're trying to say is that when understanding arises, it doesn't mean that it slows the process of the seeing. It's just that it understood the reality.
Yeah, that's correct, Nina. Yes. And only highly developed understanding would be able to see a single instance of reality arising and falling away. So for beginners like us, it's got to be multiple moments of the same reality that are the object. And no one can slow the object down. That's a misconception about how sati works. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much.
Very lively discussions and very deep discussions today. Ajahn, would you like to continue?
And
Sorry.
this
Oh, yeah, please, Ajahn.
and this is the only way to wear away ignorance and attachment, unknowingly how much, because it depends on each moment of understanding, deeper and deeper. And this is the only way to realize the truth. Is there attention to it? Manasikara arises with different citta. The vipaka, manasikara, to the object of vipaka, and different level of understanding with other wholesome cetasikas, stronger, deeper, known by understanding itself, not by anyone at all. And this is the only way to let go the idea of self until it's all gone, never to arise again, completely, absolutely eradicated. Just understanding what is there from now, little by little. Without understanding, or when it's wrong understanding, it's not Satya Barami, because not Panya Barami. No one. All Dhammas are anatta.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what Ajahn said.
I think you just paused, Liang. So
Okay, thank you.
you were about to speak before. You can speak now. Go ahead, Liang.
Yeah, Sarah, before our discussion, like earlier in the class, yeah, when we said that, the object of Vanga is the unknown objects, but I think if understanding or right understanding not arrive yet, I think we don't know any of the object, Yeah, like for example, seeing experience the object. Yeah, object appear to the visible object appear to seeing. But if panya not arising, we don't understand anything, and sounds like every moment we live in darkness. We don't know anything. when we think that we know, but we know most of the time know in like a wrong way. No, like,
It's
this
true.
is man.
It's true, but as Ajahn just stressed, all dharmas are anatta. And the reason we discuss and consider more about seeing visible object, the different realities that can be known, is so that understanding can develop to begin to understand that what appears now is just light, what is visible. It's not something, it's not a shape, it's not a form, it's not a range of colors. It's just what is visible right now. Nothing there, no one there. And the seeing now is just a moment of clear understanding of what is seen. It's the chief in experiencing what is seen. It doesn't attend, it doesn't like, it doesn't have doubts, it doesn't worry about this or that. It just sees what is visible and then gone. No one that sees, nothing that sees. So the only reason for discussing different details about different dhammas, Bhavanga, Chitas, Manasikara, any other dhammas, is to understand a little more that dhammas, including the chitta that Robert mentioned, the Kiriya chitta that arises in the sensed or processed Potapana, they are just conditioned dhammas. No one to do anything, no one to determine, no one to have free will. Different dhammas arising by different conditions and falling away. So whatever we discuss is just for the purpose of letting go the idea of I, someone, something, control, free will, little by little, to let go of this snare of wrong view, the trap of an idea of I and someone and something. So this is the purpose. So we learn about the dhammas that can be understood. That's why there's no point talking about the object of the Vavangachitas that's never going to be known and is unimportant. Let's talk about what is real now and can be known. That's the point of studying. And it is the understanding now of what is seen now, or the seeing now, the sound that is heard now, not a voice, not a car, just sound. This is the world, and this is the true study of Dhamma. What appears right now. It's not a matter of Pali words or terms or learning details or book knowledge. It's just beginning to understand what life is at this very moment.
Yeah, Sarah, I think one we realize that it in this shape, or the color in this shape, or it's round, or it's rectangle or triangle. I think that the woman is the object of thinking, not
That's right.
not the object of
Thinking.
seeing.
Yes, yes. Thinking of any ideas, shapes, colors, patterns, features, details, people, thinking.
Yeah,
So the
because
thinking
even
is real
though
now. The thinking is the world now. There can be
Yeah.
understanding of thinking, not my crazy thinking, not my wrong thinking or my right thinking or my good or bad. It's just a Dhamma, arises and falls away, unimportant, gone. Everything has gone. All the thinking this morning, all gone. All the thinking a moment ago, gone. The world is just this moment now.
Yes, Sarah, even though right understanding have never a reason to see that how the visible objects looks like. Yeah, but yeah, we understand that until the right understanding arise, that every nature, like the nature of the reality, will show up.
And it is beginning to develop. The understanding is beginning to develop with the wise attention, the considering, the attention to what is true at this moment. Like you said, what is seen is not a triangle or a shape or a set of colors or patterns. It's just what is seen at this moment. Nothing there, no one there. So it is the beginning of wise considering, the beginning of understanding little by little, even though it's not direct understanding or clear understanding. Still, it is developing.
Yeah, like before I joined this class, for seeing and for visible object is blank to me. Yeah, I know the reason, because we don't really understand what the visible object is. Yeah, in
What
the
the
meaning.
seeing sees.
Yeah, how
Yes.
can it appear? You know.
We perhaps never considered it, and maybe we were just collecting details and like what are the different objects of the last Javana cheetahs in the last lifetime. But what about now? What about the understanding what is real at this moment? And we just have a few moments. So let's see if Ajahn would like to say anything, because we're not going to have any Zooms tomorrow or Monday. So Ajahn.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Can the object which appears now be the object of right understanding directly?
No, Ajahn.
Why not?
Because I don't think even I have listened and consider. I listen again and again, and I enjoy listening and consider, but I don't think that it accumulate enough understanding.
Liang, the question is not, is it understood, but can it be understood?
Yeah, it can.
Can anyone try?
No one can try, because nothing can be done.
That's
It already
why
happened.
That's why we learn about other reality, which perform the function of being aware when there's right understanding enough. Not the function of citta or the seeing or anything, but it is a different one. And we have heard about it a lot. Sati. But even sati is there, no understanding. If there's not enough understanding of the characteristic of more reality, it's not just only seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and so on. That's why we learn to understand the truth of reality, different mental factors, cetasika. So there is a reality which arises to be aware with understanding of what is there now. Not by selection or at will at all, by condition, see. So we can learn a little more about other reality, little by little, to understand what moment is there, sati, and what moment is there, no sati at all. But people take it for just the word sati all the time and something like that. But we have to study it more and more in order not to have wrong understanding by one's own idea of one's own thought. Is there sati now? See, if you don't talk about it a little more, it's just only speculation. But study Dhamma is not speculation, but to learn to be true to the truth. No one, different realities. So what are there in a day has to be learned little by little, one by one. A little more understanding of reality, Dhamma, as anatta. That's why we learn to understand how many wholesome citta, cittasika, rupa in a day.
Millions and millions, Ajahn.
Yeah. Can rupa be kusala?
No.
Can rupa be akusala?
No.
Why not?
Because it doesn't experience anything, and no intention arise with.
When it does not experience anything, how can intention arise with it? See?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And what rupa is there now appearing?
What rupa now
Is there
appearing
Mhm.
only visible objects
What about
can be
sound?
appear.
What about sound?
No sound, no tangible
Yeah.
object.
Yeah, sound appear
Hardness.
to hearing, not to seeing.
So
Sorry.
it's now. It's also
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Because the
also
question
now.
was what rupas appear now. So sound appears, visible object appears, tangible objects, heat, softness.
So, yeah, tangible objects.
Not in the book,
Not
right?
now still in the book. Not appearing to the panya yet. Yeah, even I read the book so many times about visible object. I remember everything, but until you give some keywords that we don't know, now I understood better the visible object. Before I wrote so many books, and it to me is I still blank. What is visible object? What is visible object?
And that is true.
And before you said no understanding of visible object, but now you agree a little understanding beginning. Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, and Sarah, and everyone that contribute the discussion.
It's time now, คุณ Sarah.
Yes.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Yes, Ajahn. Sawadee ka,
Bye.
Ajahn.
Thank you very much,
สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์
Ajahn.
Bye bye.